I guess we got a 2-for-1 special in New York, which we'll go over shortly. Probably not going to be a super long stream or anything like that, but we do have two notable moves to go over today. The first took place by the New York Yankees, who have re-signed. Shut up, Sage. Sorry. We have this unruly guest that joins us on a regular basis, unfortunately, and they just said finally. Like, they know our kickoff time is after midnight Eastern Standard Time every night, and then every night they're just bitching and bitching and bitching about the start time, yet they're always here to troll. It's really funny. I don't think this guy the Platinum Wrench, has much of a life. And what's he calling himself a Platinum Wrench for? What's he, a goddamn fucking plumber? Like, what is he? He thinks he's Mario or Luigi? Like, I don't know who this guy is, who he thinks he is, but he keeps coming in when I'm about to pump David Stern's tires, because I'm the mechanic here, and I gotta listen to this bullshit. Would this guy stop yapping? Well, if you don't like it, you don't have to be here. Okay, Platinum Wrench? Nobody invited you to partake in this channel. In fact, I don't want to say what I'm about to say. Do I want my power out for over a day again? Is that what you've been doing with my wrench? You've been posing as a Nova Scotia power person and taking out people's power. Is that what you've been doing? Every time there's a storm, you're just fucking bringing that wrench out and just fucking giving her to a telephone pole, ain't you? Well, we've got a confession. He says, damn right. The power thief is caught, ladies and gentlemen. We've got him. The goddamn power strangler. We got him. Power grids are weak. You know, I'm glad you bring that up to start the stream. You get 20 to 30 centimeters of snow, right? Temperature around 1 degrees Celsius. Absolutely no wind. It's packy snow. And what was it? 130,000 Nova Scotians were without power at some point. That's slightly more than 10% of our province, or right around 10% of our province. I get, 20 to 30 centimeters is a big storm, but it's not a big storm where power should be out for sustainable times. If there was wind, 50 to 70 kilometer an hour winds, plus you're getting 30 to 50, for centimeters. No, 1 degree isn't even that cold. But I think that's what happens, because all our power lines are above fucking, the ground, which is dumb, for one. Get them under the ground. So for two, what was going on is, because it was kind of like a rainy, it wasn't a rainy snow, but that packy snow where you can literally make a snowman or grab a ball, turn it into a ball, and like throw it down the field type of thing. It was that type of snow. So obviously the trees got weighed down, and then they're overlooking, you know what I mean? The trees are overlooking the power lines. Obviously the tree branches fall down with that much weight, and that's what knocks it down. Average winter, tonight's I think right now is -10. It's been a cold winter though. So right now I think, tomorrow, Thursday, it's down to -4 now, so I might want to grab, or not now, but soon. It's at -4. It was -10 to 13 today. With wind chill Friday, it'll be -2, but wind chill take it to -15. Saturday, -15, but it'll go to -18 with the wind chill. Sunday, -13 with -18 wind chill. And then the wind chills are basically -13 Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of next week, all around -8 and 9. It's been a cold winter. It's been a pretty cold winter, I'm not going to lie. A very cold winter. But it wasn't cold when the power went out. which doesn't really affect me. But yeah, your power shouldn't go for like my mom's power just came back today. They were without power for like 3 days. So they just got their power back today. I think I was without 36, 40 hours or a little more. I'm not really sure exactly. But it was a substantial amount. Your power shouldn't be going out over those types of conditions. 30 to 50, you know what I mean? Centimeters plus, 50-kilometer winds is one thing. But when there's no wind at all, it's different. The power issues in the summertime, the last few summers, would be out for a day plus, literally zero storm either. It's like, what are they doing? What are they doing? Yeah, it would be nice to have a backup generator, but that costs money. It all costs fucking money. Anyways, tomorrow will be nice weather. We'll enjoy that. Bring in a bunch of wood, and then enjoy the cold that's about to come, because the cold is coming. Yeah, I mean, when I was in Mahone Bay, the power was better in Mahone Bay than up here, honestly. But yeah, it really depends where you're at, I guess. Some places are looked at more importantly. But at the end of the day, it's like, let's get these goddamn telephone poles under the goddamn ground. If there's one thing you take from this sports broadcast tonight, it's let's get these little fuckers under the ground. I'm in the middle of nowhere, so yeah, that's fine. There's no skinwalkers around here, please. If there was a skinwalker, I would be a skinwalker because they would get me when I go out to the wood pile. That's where I take all my victims, is to the wood pile. All right, we can come back to the power if we need to, the skinwalkers as well. We're gonna go over sports, actual sports that occurred today in the form of transactions. So as I was saying, before we get on this goddamn 3 or 4 minute rant about the goddamn power grids in fucking Kingston, Ontario and Barse Corner, Nova Scotia, Cody Bellinger had signed a contract with the New York Yankees to stay there for 5 years and $162.5 million. Full no trade clause, $20 million signing bonus, and there are opt-outs after 2027 and 2028. So he can't opt out after this year, but after year 2, he can say fuck you, and after year 3, he can say fuck you again, basically. In terms of what the Yankees are getting, they're getting a highly inconsistent player with an 817 career OPS, an 813 OPS last year, career batting average of 261, and last year's batting average 272. The home runs he hit last year, 29, I do think are because he plays at Yankee Stadium, which he's staying, so that should stay similar somewhat. Last 3 years, definitely been an adjustment, so you kind of look at the last 3 years. So 2 with Chicago and the last one with New York. So you got 881 OPS, 751 OPS, and 813 OPS. So 751 is kind of meh. It's okay. The other 2 are great seasons. Strikeouts, though, 87, 89, 90. He has improved in that area. Before that, your bet was as good as anyone, because before Chicago, his last 2 years in fucking LA, a 165 batting average and a 210 batting average. Before that, 239. His MVP year, 305 with 1,035 OPS. So, I mean, the guy's all over the place. I think you'll see somewhere around an 800 OPS with the Yankees, I would say. And yes, Cody could certainly eat shit for, picking the fucking Yankees. Now, this next part of news is nothing major. Basically, the Los Angeles Angels re-signed Yohan Moncada to a 1-year, $4 million contract prior to his injury last year, because he only played 84 games. 234 batting average, a 336 on base percentage, and a 448 slugging. So not a bad bat. Plays third base. I think you can play him at second base as well. But how's his health going to be? Because a lot of the guys on their team are, you know, not very healthy. Jorge Soler, Mike Trout, etc., etc. But this is the move that I really am not happy about 100%. And that's the Milwaukee Brewers just like throwing in the towel in this trade. I don't know. Maybe their scouting knows something I don't, but they traded Freddy Peralta, who's, you know, entering a walk year with them, only getting paid $8 million per year, coming off a season where he pitched a 2.7 ERA, 204 strikeouts, and a 1.075 whip. Now, those numbers are going to decrease. Like, he's not going to have ERA 2.7. It's going to go up. He's a 3.59 for his career, but he is going to be the number one starter in New York. But what's kind of fucked up is what's joining him is another pitcher, Tobias Myers, who has been pretty good in the major leagues in 2024 and 2025. So they didn't really get any top prospects back. Just seemed like they did this trade to dump money away, and that's all I gotta say. I mean, they got a 5'7" bitch coming back in Jet Williams, and a pitcher, Brandon Sprout, who throws 94 to 98, who's projected to be a four-starter. So, you know, maybe that helps, but this Tobias Myers guy, if he's only pitched 2 years, like, I actually want to get a better look at Tobias Myers. In 2 years, Tobias Myers is a 3.15 ERA. And from what I understand, you're trading two guys that are major league pitchers. They're actually in the majors. It's not like this Tobias Myers guy is old. He's going to be 27 in this season. I think what Milwaukee did today is an absolute just bullshit smeared on my fucking face right now. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of them. Spend some fucking money. That's where I get more mad at these general managers that don't spend money than the ones that, like the Dodgers, that piss me off because they take too many players. I'd rather you be spending your fucking money rather than just fucking penny pinching. You're a goddamn sports owner of a fucking like a Major League Baseball team. Spend some fucking money. There's no need for this shit to be happening. What's next? Fucking probably Tariq Skubal is probably going to get traded to the goddamn fucking LA Dodgers when the owner of the fucking Detroit Tigers has as much or more money than the one for the LA Dodgers. Actually, let's bring that up. Let's bring that up. It's going to happen, Sage. It's going to happen. So, here you go. This is some interesting stats for you. Number 1, New York Mets Steve Cohen for richest owner. Number 2, Rogers Communications, Toronto Blue Jays. Number 3, John Malone, Atlanta Braves. Number 4, the Joe Ricketson family, $8.4 billion. Which is much lower than Steve Cohen and Rogers Communications. Number 5, the Detroit Tigers, evaluated at $6.9 billion. And then number 6, believe it or not, actually number 6 is the Washington Nationals, who are ahead of Mark Walter, the Los Angeles Dodgers, whose value is somewhere between 6.2 and 7.3. So kind of crazy. These guys that have Tariq Skubal for the Detroit Tigers, it's not because they can't pay him. That's what I don't like about this whole thing. Bitch about the Dodgers all you want. They're not the richest. They're not the richest ones in the league. There's no reason why Detroit can't offer a goddamn fucking contract to fucking Tariq Skubal. I'm sorry, but this shouldn't be a thing. It's just like, you know, the Pittsburgh fucking Pirates and what's going to happen to Paul Skeens in a couple years. Probably be trading them to the fucking Yankees or Dodgers as well. Let's start keeping our players. Let's raise the floor before we lower the roof. In my opinion, you don't need to lower the roof a whole lot. Yeah, it sucks that the Dodgers do their thing, but hey, if the floor was higher, you'd have some idiot teams out there fucking throwing $75 million a year at fucking Kyle Tucker, and that'd be good for business in my opinion too. The Sage says the Litch family loves the Red Wings more. Wait, they own both the Detroit Tigers and the fucking Detroit Red Wings? I had no idea that was the case, that it was the same owner. So they can literally... Wow. Because think about the revenue that they make for both those fucking franchises, man. Just their franchises. Because obviously they've got other businesses on the side, you know what I mean? That they didn't make their money by doing sports stuff. That's crazy, man. Spend more money. But, I mean, the Red Wings are doing good this year, based on my understanding, so I can't really blame them. The Red Wings had a great year last year as well. But, yeah, just crazy, man. Crazy, crazy. Spend more fucking money. The Yankees aren't even on this fucking list. They're not even in the top 7. Think of that. I mean, how much the Yankees spend, and they're not even fucking in the top 7. Tied for first in the Atlantic. Well, you know what? I'm going to say NFL, not for long. And speaking of the NFL, it looks like Brian Flores has agreed to stay in Minnesota on a multi-year deal. However, that doesn't mean anything if he fucking gets a job with the goddamn, I don't know, Ravens or Steelers, whoever he's been interviewing. But I don't want to talk football today. We'll save that for another day because nothing really has happened. Just a bunch of bullshit rumors. Once we have some things in place, we'll definitely talk about it. And that's great. That's great. That's great. You swept us, Sage. Any other news, Sage? Other than Detroit, the Red Wings sweeping the lowly, pathetic Toronto Maple Leafs. All right, we can save it for when Steve Dable comes to the Tennessee Titans, which will be never. So this will probably be officially the last stream that we ever do. No gaming tonight. I'm out of here. Have a good night, guys. We'll be back at it tomorrow. Wait. Sage said also. Oh, it was literally... You were so close. I literally put the mouse on stop streaming. Eagles are not getting interest for the offensive coordinator job. They've been rejected by a few guys. Well, Mike McDaniel was one of them. I know that they were interviewing Matt Nagy. So maybe they'll end up with Matt Nagy as their offensive coordinator. They might actually need to go to Matt Nagy. It's actually hilarious that might actually be the fucking case, man. Dable turned them down too? Huh. There must be a reason for that. Like, do they not trust that A.J. Brown is going to be back? I know their tight end's getting old. Is their offensive line getting old? I don't think their offensive line's that old. I think they probably do realize Jalen Hurts isn't that good. And they probably are realizing that Saquon Barkley isn't going to be overly great, too. Yeah, I think that is a problem, though. Because when you're taking an offensive coordinator job, you're taking it because you want to become a head coach. And if you go and all you can fucking do is fucking put up fucking 3,000 yards passing, and let's face it, Saquon Barkley might not rush for over 1,000 yards next year. It wouldn't surprise me. So I actually am not surprised that the teams are turning down the Philadelphia Eagles. I can understand why Mike McDaniels would go to the Chargers, because there still is some untapped potential with Justin Herbert, in my opinion. Sage says, I don't like... Oh, yeah. Well, the shithead fans in Philly, too, though. But, Philly does put up some good baseball teams, I'll tell you that. Some good ball clubs. But, I think two of the most overrated quarterbacks in the league, C.J. Stroud and Jalen Hurts. Very, very overrated. It wouldn't surprise me if in a year or two, Jalen Hurts gets moved off on, and so does C.J. Stroud. And I think that Sirianni is a bad coach who has a great owner and GM and was very fortuitous to have the pieces that he had. Obviously, they've had great drafts, great free agencies, a great O-line, great defense, etc., etc. And, wow, they won in spite of him, in my opinion. It's weird when people start saying, oh, he's one of the best coaches of all time if you look at winning percentage. That doesn't mean shit. That doesn't mean shit. The guy's got a terrible personality, and just watch what happens when the tush push gets banned this year. They seem like a tire fire waiting to happen. Here's our Goodyear tires. Let's catch them on fire. That's what it seems like to me. Yeah, the Eagles definitely trending in the wrong direction, but they've got a great defense. They've got a great defense, in my opinion. A.J. Brown and Jalen Hurts were best friends before the trade. Now they seem to hate each other. Well, I wonder why. If you and I were friends, Sage, and I was A.J. Brown, and I'm like, hey, man, just throw me the ball. Just throw me the ball. All you have to do is throw it 3 yards down the field. And you can't make that pass, I'd fucking come. I'd sucker punch you right in the fucking throat. There goes the friendship right there. That's it. It's dead. Because you couldn't make a goddamn 4-yard fucking slant pass to me for a touchdown. That's what happens. That's what happened here, I believe. You can take him back, but I think sweet Romeo Doubs will be a Tennessee Titan. I actually believe, in my heart of hearts, that sweet Sage and Tennessee and Brian Callahan, when he comes back as offensive coordinator, are going to take good care of Romeo Doubs. Ike Dobbs is a guy that's going to cost you, though. I think Dobbs is a guy that's going to get around $20 million a year. In my opinion, he's not a huge deep threat, but if you want a guy, other than what he did on that onside kick, who's got sure hands, I think if it's $20 million a year, maybe it'll go less. But I kind of think back to that Christian Kirk deal, and I look at what Dobbs does as a receiver if he isn't in such a crowded wide receiver room. I look at what he does as better than Christian Kirk. Good route runner, strong hands, man. I'm telling you, this guy has strong hands. I don't necessarily want to see him go, but I don't think we can afford him. Yeah, I mean, the wide receiver market seems to get fucked up every year, though. But I remember when that was, a few years ago, Christian Kirk, I think it was $17, $18 million per year. And it definitely did reset the market for the lower tier guys. Not as much the top tier guys. The Devontae Adams and those guys were going to get whatever they were going to get, But Christian Kirk, he definitely set it up for those lower tier guys, like potentially like even Khalil Shakir now and all those guys. All right, let's get out of here. We'll talk shop tomorrow for a second time. Do not say also. Do not say also. And do not say also. Christian Kirk is a good down the field threat. He's not a very good overall. Oh, Sage says it also. Corpse said also. and I'm being trolled. All right, fuck you guys. Have a good night.